So I don't know what this is going to turn into, but I am excited for it. I was just saying that 6, 8, 9 months ago, it could have been 6 years ago, I forget now, I started High Elo Legends, which is a playoff of Low Elo Legends. Basically, the premise is like really high elo games that get really messy. And so I don't know if this is going to be messy, but I saw the Civ matchup and I saw the elo and said, perfect. 1800, 1900 elo players are really strong. And yet they're still so weak at the same time. I mean, I look at myself sometimes and say, man, I'm such a noob compared to like the top 10, top 20. So I'm going to have less critical glasses on for this game. We're going to just enjoy the aggression that may or may not come. And we've got Virgin Pulse in the blue playing as the Huns. And then in the red, we have the Cumans for Van... I'm not going to pronounce the last part of that name because I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to pronounce that and still be on some people's televisions at home watching this with their family. Van Phuc. All right. Now there is a 100 elo gap here, but as I've said before, Cumans have a tendency to like look 100 elo worse or 100 elo better. And it's just due to their nature if they go for the second town center, as the second town center is a very risky play, which we might see in Feudal. The Huns, on the other hand, they're like one of the OG Arabia Civs. They're so strong with the Scout Rush, and then their Cavalry Archers are very cheap in Castle Age. But like, even their stables work a little bit faster. Huns are just Huns, man. Huns should make you excited. If you're not excited right now about the Huns, I pity you. Because it's truly a great civilization. Red is already starting to wall. Now, I don't know anything about Red. According to the dashboard that I use, that kind of shows which games are going on amongst the top players, this player might be known by a different name. We could say puck, like hockey puck. That's fine. I was gonna go but my apologies for not being able to pronounce it. But yeah, so apparently a Vietnamese player, and then Virgin Pulse I have seen around a while. Maybe played once or twice, but certainly a name that I've seen over the years, even prior to the definitive edition, if I'm not wrong. And I believe it's a USA player. Anyways, players are pretty far apart. Another big pickup that I've noticed here is that Red's map is pretty solid for defense. Pretty easy wall off between these wood lines. Lots of big wood lines to work with. Let's see what Blue does. Great scouting from Blue. Blue saw the stone, so knows the opponent must be near. And then it's not like Blue sensed the TC was there, but hugged the wood line. That's what you want to do. And then if you see the house, you avoid the house, right? Because it'll probably be near the TC. So if you hug wood lines, stay near hills, you're eventually just going to get more information. And then you should have a better idea of where the TC is located. Being a little too safe here, but again, you see the stones. And you see the house, so you have to figure the TC somewhere around here. Am I crazy? Is that Virgin or Virus? It is Virus. So I don't know exactly what you're seeing. All right, so when you're up against the Cumans, you never know if they're actually going to go for the second TC or not. But it's always in the back of your mind, so it is important you scout them early. And I can't even tell you, based on everything that can be seen right now by Blue, if Red is going to be doing it either, which makes it so tricky. Here comes Blue. Blue obviously dodges the TC fire and now knows where pretty much everything is. And Red is still at home, and Red is going to push in the deer there. And so now Red is sending more to wood. We don't see a barracks from Red. I think it's going to be a second town center. All right. You said Virgin 2 times instead of Virus? No, I didn't. Did I actually? No, I didn't. I said Virus, right? Regardless of what I said, it's Virus, okay? Okay, so what does Blue see? Man, Red's going for the massive walls. Greed galore over here for Red. My goodness. I mean, again, it's the perfect map to be greedy. Okay. Blue would have been able to see the moving animals and may even see that one and think that's a scout. And now is like, wait, what? Where's the scout? Oh, it's a Vil. So let's see if the militia change. Yup. Here come the militia. Does Red know the militia are coming? Nope. But Red, oh. If Red quick walls this, Red is in a great spot, guys. Oh, it's going to be so close. There's no way, right? There's no way. Oh, the plays. That's a frustrating one right now for Blue. Oh, man. And now, is Red just going to block this off with the TC? Oh, my God. Let's go. There's an open spot in our wall. Well, sir, we do have a work order here for a town center. Why don't we just place it there? Dang. Oh, God. I mean, that's got to be a first for me. I actually... The only other thing that reminds me of is the Low Elo Legend cast. I think it was like, shoot, what was his name? Anyways, there was a player who was ramming into people's bases on Arena, and the poor Low Elo guy didn't know what to do against it, and he dropped his TC in front of the Rams. But this is perfect then. I wanted this to be High Elo Legends. Higher Elo talented players who, you know, maybe make a couple mistakes here or there. Not that any massive mistakes have been made so far, but my goodness, Red has taken advantage of the map, got the timing right. And Red is on 2 TCs, booming like a madman. This is the only civ that can do this in Feudal. And honestly, my instincts tell me that Blue is dead right now. Blue has not made any archers for any type of follow-up aggression. Blue is just kind of given up, and Blue is going to try and go Castle Age. But, man, Red is going to have a lot of resources and a lot of villagers. Good awareness from Red, though. And, you know, was able to even house wall this as well. Gets to scout the map now. Has zero concern for what Blue is doing. Just figures that if there's any pressure that comes in, a tower can be dropped because there's 1 or 2 villagers taking stone here. And you would normally expect there to be some type of archer follow-up behind this. Okay, so... Man. What a crazy base. I mean, Blue's base is pretty good too if Blue wanted to wall, right? But that's not the type of game you get here if you're Blue. Now, you want to head to Castle Age. This TC is also very vulnerable to siege on the hill. So, what the highest Elo players would do is they would drop a market soon. And they would sell their stone to get extra gold, buy a little bit of food, just getting to Castle Age that much faster. And then you have the decision on, do you want to go for, okay, there's a blacksmith. Do you want to end up going for cav archers or do you want to end up going for knights? You already have the archer range, so I personally would really like the idea of just going cav archers with siege. But 39 villagers versus 30. Obviously, Red has done everything fine so far. Red also determined I don't really need to take stone right now because my opponent hasn't come in with archers, so. There's going to be a market. Red looks like he's done this a million times before. Blue looks like a player who clearly knows what to expect from this, but might not necessarily know how to counter it. Oh, kill the scout. Oh, you could tell he was looking for it. Good awareness from Blue. And actually, Blue's eco balance on the back of this was sick. Now, what Blue does over the next couple minutes dictates how this game goes. Okay, so we're going to have ranges. You do not think about adding town centers against the Cumans. You cannot catch up to that. The only way you catch up to that is if you do some damage first. And now Red's dropping a barracks. And now Red's going to stone. Could also go to this stone, by the way. But obviously this is closer to the Vils. Okay. Now, what some players have been doing with the Cumans recently is they'll get to about where Red is now, and they just stop making Vils. Because the way you struggle with this build is if you're in Castle Age too late. So you already have the Vil lead. And what I would do is precisely what Red's doing. Like, never stop producing vills until you have the resources to go Castle Age. But then I would lose a TC. And then I would lose a ton of ground. And that would become a big problem, so. Because if you do what I just said, like kind of what Red is doing, you could lose 10 or 15 villagers before you're stable. And then it's like, why did I even create them? But it feels very unnatural when you have this economy to stop producing. Anyways, Red is very comfortable. Oh, but doesn't actually have the buildings yet, guys. Look, it's trying to click up, but doesn't have the buildings yet. So tick-tock, tick-tock. All right. First thing Blue does, adds a town center. What do I know? What do I know? Maybe siege pressure wouldn't have worked. I feel like siege pressure would have worked, but... All right. Well, I mean, you don't spend a ton of wood with the Huns on your Cav Archers because the Cav Archers are cheaper. Also, you don't have to make houses. So you could probably do everything. You could go Cav Archers, and then you could also go for siege. But Blue's like, who needs siege, man? I don't need siege. Siege sucks. Honestly, the Cav Archers could break in here. We've got stables for Blue and armor for Blue, so I think Blue's planning on knights, but like, how do you stop Cav Archers from breaking down that house? Why does a tower not count as a feudal age building, T90? Well, I could see why that could be confusing, but because they just decided to make the game that way, I guess. Hello? Hello? Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Okay, well, who needs to take out the house when you can simply run underneath the opponent's town center? What is so bold that the enemy would have never expected it? Red was probably sitting there looking at that like, oh, he won't run under there. He misclicked. He misclicked. He won't run under there. And yep, he did. So the first villagers are killed in this game. Blue kills 2 villagers. Now there's 4 Cav Archers back here, and so Red has to abandon all the gold. Fortunately for Red, actually, there was a tower here. And so I forgive me, but I forget when that tower was placed, but that's pretty good if it gets walled in, but now the Cav Archers can sit underneath it. So now this just gets more awkward for more villagers. First thing that Red does, Red's going to make camels and knights. We go kill this, and Red is going to add siege workshop. Okay. All right. Blue is at 44 vills now, has kept both these TCs pumping like crazy. Is also going to add another TC, so Blue's actually catching up with the vill count. Very impressively. You know, if you go all in against the Cumin, sometimes it doesn't work and then the game is over. So Blue said, well, you know what? I'll get a little bit of damage in. Probably has become a little difficult for Red to keep everything working as he wants to. And the militia has been weakening this house the whole time. So now Blue can break in through the house much faster than it would have happened the first time. So, yeah, Red drops a 3rd TC back here for protection. It's going to have Scorpion, have a couple Knights and Camels. Blue's also adding a University for the Ballistics upgrade, realizing now all the upgrades that are needed. Like, think about this, though. Blue not only will have Ballistics soon, but also has the stable for Husbandry, which increases the speed of his units, which is especially important against Cumins. Because Cumins don't have to do that. They get a speed increase each age. And then also Bloodlines, which would be great for the HP on the Cav Archers, which is also necessary. It's 54 villagers versus 65. I would still prefer Red's position. But, you know, you do have a skill difference between the two of them. And things did get a little awkward for Red. Like, Red clearly wants a massive economy. Red said, I've got 3 TCs and I'm not finished yet. Wild. What has Red scouted at Blue's base? Not much. The farm's also a spectator thing, so Red doesn't see that. Red shows up, sees the town center, Blue garrisons, and Red is going to lose all this army. Well, actually would if Ballistics was in, but that's not in yet. That was definitely Blue bracing for an all-in push, though. May have seen the armor on the cavalry and just expected off of this economy that Red would go crazy. But the only thing Red is really going crazy on right now is the vills. Imagine if this whole area gets filled with farms, and later in the game, red can research, I think it's step husbandry. I think that's the name of it. Yeah. That's definitely the one. It's 80% faster producing stables. With Hussar, that would be insane. All right. Virus Pulse. I think I actually, now that I say that, that seems foreign to my tongue. I may have actually misspoke earlier on in the cast. That's embarrassing. Anyways, it has bloodlines in now. Still no ballistics. Red got housed. The Huns laugh and mock people who get housed. Not something they have to experience. Castle's here for red. Still thinking about late game. 4 TCs will look to take control of this region, which is extra gold. Obviously locks down a lot of the wood as well, which could become an issue. And blue is going to drop a castle there. And red's got a sizable army now to get some raids in. Of course I was like, I don't want to misspeak and say red's name incorrectly. And then I misspeak and say blue's name wrong. It's just classic. The way my brain works. Well, cav archers don't cost food. So if you're making army continuously, it is much easier to get to the Imperial Age as compared to the player who is going to be making knights. Look at red using the starting scout. What a beast. Starting scout runs in to check out the territory, and then blue quick walls. My word. Cav archers probably need to come home. Red does not know about that castle, by the way, but the scorpions find the villagers because that's a thing. I think red's army could be completely trapped in here, but obviously lots of idle time right now for blue. Blue's cav archers are going to take the monk, but the monk's going to take a cav archer with him. Nope. No, he won't. Not enough room in the TC here for these vills. Good raid, good damage. Sacrificing a lot of army for it, but the army might have died anyways. Not sure if red thought about it that way. However, blue's going to click up to the Imperial Age. Blue did bring the cav archers back home. We have had a game that has developed like crazy. Like, these economies are wild, but not really a game that has had that much aggression if you think about it. That's a great castle spot to have. Red does know about it. Red now moving the knights over this way. Red now buys Imp. So what I would do with the Cumans is I would continue with stable units. And I would just hope to, like, anytime my opponent tried to tread me down, just snipe it with Hussars. Just be the most annoying person ever. Food eco, food eco, food eco, and then you could maybe use your gold for siege or something. Skirms are just... You should forget skirms exist if you're Cumans. Lacking Bracer is such a painful situation to have, and again, when your stables do produce faster, I think that should be on your mind. We actually have blue making a couple Tarkans out of the castle and making a couple stables, so this is a natural move if your opponent will go skirmishers to go for stable units and Tarkans, which are anti, like, archer or pierce armor. But is it fitting the situation? Not necessarily. Again, red's the lower elo player of the two. Red now comes in with a raid. Super annoying for blue because blue has the army to maybe deal with that kind of stuff. Blue wanting to take out the scorpions here. Obviously does need to react to this and probably is. Takes out the scorpions. Not sure about box formation, by the way, on this many units. Usually people use box formation with lower numbers of units because your units, they turn all the same time. They don't, like, switch positions. It's kind of a neat little trick. Maybe blue just gets into the habit of that. We've got Marauders, so Tarkans can be produced out of stables now. And all red is focusing on is more stables. 8 stables that I can see. Red's going to aim for Cavalier. We also have the light cab upgrade. Also, red has 3 relics. Red can't see that neutral gold, but has access to that neutral gold. Is also going to house wall up here as well. Red has just had an amazing economy this game. Again, I don't know their elo. And I don't know what type of execution Red's going to be able to bring to the table. But with this economy, I think that Red should be able to get this win. We'll have to see, though. That is a big Cav Archer mass. And blue is prepping Trebs and kind of hiding it, too. Red's just like, okay, I'm fine. But are you fine? Can you imagine if Tarkans get in here? Okay. Knights go to raid. Final armor's in on these knights. If blue's looking for things like that. And maybe the Cavalier upgrade will be a more obvious visual. Then blue will at least know that his opponent's continuing to commit to Cav. Like right there. If blue sees that, blue will say, oh, maybe I need more Cav Archers. Or barracks, right, to go for Halberdier. The Tarkin switch doesn't fit the situation. But does it? So we've got Hussar on the way. A step husbandry. Funny story I may have told before. I once played a game as the Cumans. Research Cuman mercenaries. Which, come to think of it, I'm making a video on useless unique text. I think that needs to be added to the list. Anyways, thought I got step husbandry, but didn't. Thought my stables were producing rather slow and realized like 40 minutes later. There go the Trebs. The Trebs are just going for a siege workshop, though. And Red's just going to try and raid blue to death. It's the perfect play. Yeah, look, you run in with this, they have the chase. You run in with the Hussars. You just continue that for the rest of the game, and then blue tries to, you know, report you, or not you, tries to contact the devs asking them to remove Hussar. It's the perfect post-imp play with Cumans. Also, 144 vills, I actually love. So I would say stop there. We have Elite Tarkin now for blue. Blue's at 100 vills. Can't afford Halberdier yet. Doesn't have many upgrades for the pikemen that are out. I think if you can get away with 140 villagers at just raiding from the sides, I think you do it. Like, blue has more army, but blue has to react so frequently that it doesn't even seem to really make much of a difference. Also, you can't house wall now with Huns, which is so awkward. So those Hussars are going to get in. Yep, Hussars over here too. And what are the Tarkans doing? Are they trying to kill? Nope. Trying to raid. Are they trying to chase down the raids? And the Hussars don't cost gold. Look at the gold count! That's so sick. Yeah, and so what you can do, like, to go for the middle kill is you use your gold on siege ram. The tricky thing there is you spend so much food on the Hussars and it costs food to upgrade the rams, but... I mean, you could also use your gold on Cavalier. Yep, okay, more Hussars. Blue's like, I thought I killed all the Hussars. Red's like, nope, not exactly. Bam! Get wrecked. Okay. Oh no, no Hussars are in queue. Oh no, there's no more Hussars for Red. Whatever will we do? We don't have Hussars. Where are my Hussars? Oh man, panic. Where are my Hussars? Okay, Red, this would be the time to actually queue up Hussars. Red, you're at 153 villagers. You really need to stop with that. Red, are you here? Okay, now Red's like, I want more Hussars. Oh god, he doesn't have many stable. Oh god. Blue's still producing Cav Archers. Oh god. Oh god. Red. Red is overboomed. He's only got... Oh god, he's making more vills. Red, you were doing everything right, man. 140 was fine. The raids were fine. Okay, I mean, the stables he does have will produce rather quickly. Here he goes for more raids. Also, another tip is, like, maybe sneak buildings, too. That's always nice. Sneak buildings on the side. Blue is a massive army. He was allowed to rest for so long. Also, a defensive castle, which will help with the raids. All right, let's see if blue can go for the push here. This is always funny, though, because if, like, let's say blue kills 40 villagers from red. It's actually not too terrible for red. Red will just have 40 pop space for more army. The problem with the Cumans is, what gold unit are you making? Like, that's the main 1v1 problem this Civ tends to have. Okay, red, 4 trebs, 5 actually. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Blue sees this, though. So blue says, not today, pal. I upgraded to Tarkin for a reason. And here they come. And these trebs are actually running away. The villagers also contributing. MVPs has to be said. Tarkins make no noise, but I'm not going to complain about it because I don't like to complain. Yes, they used to make a real thumping noise in Classic, but we don't, again, I will refrain from bringing that up yet again. As the Hussar support is here. Paladin's even on the way. Red's like, might as well. And honestly, I agree, might as well. Blue needs to repair this castle to keep it up. I think it's an important one, and I think blue can keep it up, and blue can take the trebs. And it's 83 army for Virus Pulse. Emphasis on the virus. And a couple Tarkins are in here raiding. You never know what will happen. Anything's possible in this game. And blue still kind of has a little bit of a potential push, but isn't enough. Dang. Red can fight anywhere on the map. Why does he keep taking fights right underneath blue castle? Well, to be fair, blue's got well-placed castles. And there's no gate here, so like he has to path through this one or through this one, which is why he tried to treb that one down. Now, guys, the silent killers, the Tarkins, the lack of noise is actually great for blue. Red won't even hear that. Red does notice it, though. And, well, Red's Hussars should be able to deal with that. Blue realizes it. 95 farms for Red. You've got to think that he could have more production, and Red is now adding even more stables. That's dangerous. Blue has given him good opportunity, given himself, sorry, some good opportunities in this game, but I don't think that these Cav Archers can be cost-effective enough, and Red has still so many resources, so much control. Oh, drop a castle here. That shows you his confidence is he's just going to take the trebs. And sure, you know, his castle is a bit vulnerable, but he's massing trebuchets there, and he just says, see ya! Who cares, man? Wow. 4 relics for Red as well. Red's map control is top tier. Look at that scouting. I also, you remember that moment in the game where he had a 3 HP scout and he checked Blue's base with it before he ran in? Stuff like that is crazy. Guy definitely has potential. Now, obviously benefited a lot from how ridiculous Cumans can be. And he was a bit greedy and got away with it, but even still. Blue's just chasing. The annoying thing about a Hussar raid is it only costs food, so you killing it doesn't even feel that great because your opponent's going to have food if you're not hitting them. Red could kill 1 villager here and it's worth it because blue has to chase. And then Red just has another wave as a follow-up. What he's waiting for, I think, is the correct moment to hop out with the trebs and take that castle. And obviously he does kill a lot more than 1 villager with this raid. Wow, man. And this cliff was a gift from the gods, but still Red has played so well this game. And now he has Helbs, and he even added some kip checks, so they're going to die to the castle. And he just goes right for what's left of that castle. Having the 4 relics will definitely pay for these trebs if the trebuchets end up going down. And guys, blue has had more army, almost all of him. Doesn't really seem to matter. Then you just pack up those bad boys, head back to your castle. Also, did Red research Paladin? Does anyone remember? I remember Cavalier was researched. I think Red did research Paladin, actually, because he got Cavalier at the start of him, and then he had another research way later. He hasn't made a single one. I think what you did with the trebs there is perfect. So now you can just Hussar raid here. Blue has to react, and then you just swing the trebs over to this. Yeah, I think that's it. It's pretty much the same. Oh, it's perfect. Really good player here. No. Keep going this way. You're fine. Make him react. I mean, that's fine too. It's just your trebs will be more in harm's way. The guy could make, he could lose 15 trebs. He'd still probably win this game from here. And has gold to mine still. Mining both the neutral golds. Trebs from everywhere. Yeah, Paladin's in. 3,000 gold. Doesn't even care to make it. I don't know if blue has ever felt so dead at 200 population before. Awful feeling, by the way. Really goes to show you that KD and army count is not everything. Look at the total KD. Obviously, the eco KD is massive. But that total KD and the army count right now paints a story that blue's, you know, dominating the game, but unless some big mistakes are made, I don't think that's the case here. Hey, T90, where did the T90 farm thing come from? Is there a specific video, or do you just generally struggle with placing farms? Like how Doubt struggles generally with building castles. Your favorite civ should be Khmer, and Doubt should be Sicilians. Well, thank you for bringing it back up. So there wasn't necessarily a specific video, but it was like a compilation of my existence for a while. I probably should make a video about this, truthfully, because I think a lot of people don't even know the origin of this story. But I'll give you an example. So I want to say it's like 2017. So at this point, like my community's starting to blow up, and it got to a point where anytime I would play 1v1s, I would finish the game and I would have like 5 to 10 spectators, right? And so then people thought it would be funny or interesting to watch my game. So I'd like finish a game and then like, you know, to Matrix, Filster, I remember Bloody Neval, Snippy. We got like a bunch of community members watching my games. Now that's all well and good, but if I just like streamed for 8 hours and it's like midnight and I want to play some games, I'm not going to play too good. And so, you know, my thing was my farms weren't very good for a long time, especially when I was tired. And so I'd finish the game and then they'd just post screenshots and be like, yo, what were these farms? And I'd like win an amazing game and they wouldn't even care about that. They'd just take a picture of my farms or some other silly thing that I did because, you know, I joke all the time. So that's basically where that started. And there was one in particular where I tried to place farms over here with a bunch of ills, but I always placed my farms first and then the mill. But I ran out of wood. So it was just one farm in like the way other side of the map, and all my villagers went over to it, and that was screenshotted and clipped because somebody was casting it, and then it just snowballed from there. So yeah, not really one specific moment, but it built up over time. But honestly, it definitely improved my farm placement because I'm more self-conscious of it now, and I've had to pay more attention to it. By the way, blue's population, we have a dead man walking here. 175 population out of the possible 200. Still a great population, but there's just hussars everywhere. And also a few kip checks from red. I like that addition, especially since your opponent has halbs. I think that's perfect. Red must be having so much fun right now because he just can't be stopped. Look, he even made another castle here a while ago. The castles are almost all in a perfect line to protect from any potential raids. 5,000 gold for red. Blue has the score lead. What? Probably because of the KD and all the technologies researched. Also, red could lose these trebuchets. Because blue wasn't able to really push red, minutes back, I struggle to feel like blue could actually push red now because red has so much. Obviously, the castle is going to be really important for blue because if blue doesn't have the castles, that's less raid protection. Red still so many hussars in queue. Repairs from blue. Okay, this group of cav archers has 120 kills, by the way. Will the castle go down? It's gonna be so close. Okay. Yeah, well, it's now become a thing, right? Like, now that it's a meme about my farms, people look for it because it's an easy joke to make. You know, just like, you know, I start casting a water map. Like, what joke are people going to make? 113 farms for Red, by the way. He can't even keep his stables queued because he's Cumans. Well, also, he's not queuing stables at all. But you get my point. Blue's still alive. Like, can Blue win this? If Blue had relics, maybe? Blue's going to add more TCs. I mean, I think what Blue needs is to, at some point, take out these castles, but also at some point raid. And I guess, like, in order to take out the castles, you have to be able to raid. Also, Red's getting herbal medicine to heal up units, I guess, in castles, but I don't even know if that's needed. 116 farms. Oh, he canceled Paladin earlier, guys. He canceled Paladin, so now he's going for Paladin. Well, Red, I think if your Hussars would have been with your Kip checks, this would have been better. Oh, God. Oh, geez. That's not good. That's not good. Well, that was... Oh, gosh. Oh, boy. But Red's got raids over here, and Blue's trying to send some Halbs to help, and nope. Not gonna... Oh, wait. There's a 1 HP Halb. Okay. So, Blue needs to eventually build up Treb numbers. And it's going to be his final push, essentially. That or Rams. If this castle's gone, it's a little different, but this is still, like, wide open for raids all the time. Look at the idle time for Blue this game. Just so many raids to deal with. Red has to be missing an eco upgrade. No, it's just because the stables produce so fast with this Civ that you never feel like you're floating res. Now, he does have 40 Hussars in queue, but let's see how long it takes him to lose those Hussars and get more. Good castle from Blue to protect this wood line. You could tell Red just has the gather point set. Oh, never mind. No, he doesn't. But yeah, I mean, Blue has no chance, man. Blue has absolutely no chance. There's just going to be too many Hussars. You can't compete with the production. It is pretty sick, though, to have 5k gold. Like, that's not something you see every day. That's pretty awesome. The TC's going down to Hussars. I think you only need, like, 10 Kip checks to help out with the Halbs, and you're fine. Unhalbs do lack the final armor, which can definitely make them a bit weaker. Do Huns also miss Squires? I feel like they don't, but there's something in my head that says they do, and I should be mentioning it. But again, I said it in Castle Age, like, this is a dream eco for Red. And the way he walled this with houses and everything was so smart. Okay, 60 Hussars in queue. Those are rookie numbers, man. Actually, I think he... Yeah, I mean, he could definitely get above that. Blue's sending everything he can over there. Blue's trying to get his own raids in now. Oh, poor Blue. What's more impressive? How Red has played this game or the fact that Blue is still at 200 pop? How is Blue still at 200 pop? Blue actually has fully upgraded Hussars of his own. Like, how? He did lose that town center, though. Now, what I would suggest is, as I mentioned before in this game, Siege Ram. So, what he just did there with Hussars is fine. But if you had, like, 5 Siege Rams, both the TCs are dead, and then all the villagers died already. Like, same thing here. Just wait with Siege Rams, and then just do the same thing. Yeah, both are very impressive, I agree. I would like to see how Red would play a game where he wasn't Cumans, and he didn't have this type of map. Obviously, he played Cumans very well. Another thing that he did stylistically, which was really smart this game, he's at 162 vills. Oh, God. Red, stop making vills. But he kind of played everything towards the back and the corners of the eco with his castles and his farms. He never tried to go for a forward castle, which just doesn't suit his Civ much, you know? Okay. This could lead to blue breaking in, guys. If blue were to click those houses, blue would be in soon. 160 vills with 5 more in queue for red. Blue has had more army the whole time. And he could definitely break through there. Just leave the cav archers to attack units. Yeah, that's perfect. High Elo Legends, let's go. Again, fantastic players, right? And honestly, if I were to show like a semi-experienced viewer this game, and I would have shown the player, if I would have changed the player names to like top 100 names that you guys might know, I feel like you guys might not be able to tell the difference in most cases, right? It's like tiny little things add up to make the difference between the top players and the players a couple steps below. But like honestly, very talented individuals here who, I mean, macro, micro, unit compositions, upgrades, positioning, all those things are great. And now blue's in. If blue wins this game, I swear to God, man, does he actually have a chance? He does have a Treb, which needs to be protected here. Uh-oh. Red wants it. Red wants it. Red wants it. Red wants it. Kip checks! Kip checks! They melt! No way blue wins this game. No way. Oh, red's gonna find a lot of juicy kills, though. Oh, man. Nom, 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 nom. That's juicy. Also, blue killing villagers is assisting red because 110 hussars are in queue, so there's just gonna be more hussars, which isn't exactly a good thing. I'm not sure I like blue sitting underneath the castle, but I like the confidence from blue to do that. It's probably not going to be the best, though. I think you need to protect your Treb. I think it may have also been a misclick of some kind. This will get dealt with, by the way. Red says, I lost villagers. I need more villagers. Red, you don't. You really don't. Man, if blue can just get this much gold, like take out this castle and get this much gold, that would be so nice. This is what I would suggest. I would say this wave of hussars goes somewhere else into blue's eco, and then wait till blue is to react to it, and then your next wave goes for the Treb. Or you could just say, I'm going to send my whole life for the freaking Treb, because I can do that. And it's only one Treb, which is not going to be enough, and red says, easy. Also, maybe just a couple palisade walls here if you're worried about raids could be helpful. I know it's just palisades, but still. Did red cancel the paladins he just queued? Like he misclicked it? He queued up 45 paladins, and I saw it, and I was about to talk about it, and now it's gone, so... He really doesn't want to spend that gold. Honestly, using that gold to buy stone to just continue repairing the castle is probably worth it. Wow. Those hussars got melted there. Now, there is an avenue for blue to raid, and that avenue's right here, but he'd have to break through houses, and it's just like... Again, blue's playing really hard. It's just red has made it so difficult for his opponent to kill him. Almost impossible for his opponent to kill him right now. The only thing that red's missing is a castle here. A castle here or a castle here would be perfect. He really has a lot of faith in the Hussar Kipchek combination. And I do too. I honestly, I do think it will work eventually. It's just taking some time. And he has never been fighting with over 50 army. And for some reason, he doesn't want to fight with his units together. Like, bro. Bro. He has 5,000 gold. Kipcheks mean nothing to him. Well, okay. All right. It was just a distraction, guys. Now you have Hussars here. Oh, now he's leaving. Oh, yeah. Jebaited. Tricked ya. Red's back up to 160 bills. Mom said one more game. Red does not want to win just yet. Blue doesn't want to lose to someone 100 elo lower, but once you get to like 1800 plus, anything can happen. I would say within like 150 elo range, anything can happen. That's I don't know if that applies to every elo, but like 100, 150, you could beat someone 100 above you, and you could lose to someone 100, 150 below you. I think that should be fairly accurate for all elos. 193 hussars! And he's not even fully queued. I just don't think he has enough stables. He almost has a whole nother game's worth of population in queue. And blue has 2 units and has next to no resources. 207 hussars? Hey, I wonder what we're going to send after this army. Well, let's send a couple hussars. Great job from Ed to place the house walls so the army doesn't get in. Also, I love the kip checks back here. That's also really smart. The Reds can see the whole map. You also can see the score, though. Oh, red leaves 1 hussar there. That's good. Okay, he queued up 10 paladin. How long is it going to take us to actually see a paladin? They are waiting in a very, very, very long line. All right. Well, here come the hussars. We're gonna kill the halbs first, and now the hussars and cav archers from blue have to run away. Blue is down to 92 eco, has a big wave of halbs. And red has 47 army and refuses to budge. When do we talk about wood? Well, we already have been watching the fight for wood go down, right? Like, blue is already having issues. Red could just take this disastrous trade because there's going to be more units just like that. Here come the hussars. But yeah, I mean, wood is already a concern, but it's not just that. It's wood lines, but it's also the fact that blue doesn't have gold. Blue cannot push castles, and is anytime blue tries to raid, there's just going to be units from red storming right into the economy. But from blue's perspective, blue's population has never dipped below 150. Blue's still got a sizable army, and the opponent is still spamming mainly hussars. So, and it's not like it's 90 army. Red is very happy to sit with the current population, and because the units produce so quickly, the current population's kind of been all right. But again, a great game, and really fun to watch players at this elo. Again, they're still so talented. And you can tell by just the tiny things like this, like sit the units here. Okay, well, I didn't realize I was in range of the castle, but the approach is there to deny wood. And also just the repairs here, a couple kip checks to help out. And then obviously hussars are going to come over to support. I think blue is moments away from resigning here. I know that we've been kind of laughing about how this game is never going to end, but it's actually kind of complicated to produce 50 more helps for him at the moment. There's only 20 on the map, and red's next raid might end the game depending on where it goes. But also red, like, also siege rem, man. Siege rem. I don't know if this is what blue is thinking right now, but sometimes... Oh, blue's making trebs, guys! Blue's making trebs. Let's not give up hope just yet. Imagine having 225 hussars in queue. So he canceled the paladins, right? 225 hussars in queue and 5k food. That's wild. This is make 2 wonders in the back of your base territory for red. No, red does not have a siege workshop. But yeah, what was I going to say? I was going to say something. Never mind. It slipped my mind. The hussars distracted me. Actually, these are kip checks. Whatever. Okay. Well, blue has finally gotten the resources to mass trebs again. I really want to see that hussar number go higher, but red needs to make more stables because he doesn't have the space in those. He's selling food, get more gold, which he's not going to spend. But it's always good to do that because you might need gold for something. Kip checks are raiding. Guys, if there was ever a game where researching atheism would have made sense, which I don't think there really is in competitive games, by the way, I think it's kind of a useless unique tech, but new atheism is, it's still 500 food, 500 gold, but it makes the relic gold from your opponent come in like half the speed. Still don't think it's worth it to spend that much for that, but if there was ever a game, maybe it would have been this one. Red's still sniping villagers. Now there's one treb for blue. Blue, do not leave this treb, okay? Do not leave it. Your flanks are exposed anyways, all right? Is red gonna loop around blue's eco to come take this treb from the other side? Here come villagers to repair that. He's gonna kill the vills. I mean, that's what you want to do on the way. All right. Well, Mom always told me to be wise with my money and save for retirement. We're only 90 minutes into this game, guys. All right. Kip checks and Hussars moving around. Oh, I would give so much for red to add more stables. These resources are so unbelievable. Okay, blue's 114 army. But he's struggling so much for wood. He's lost so much economy. Okay, more Hussars on the way. Kip checks. They're gonna go in for the Trev, aren't they? Oh, no, you meanie. That's cheating. That's cheating. Is he gonna get it, though? I don't think he is. Oh, wait. He's coming around. Coming around the mountain. Got it. Ugh, can you imagine being blue right now? I can't. I cannot. I mean, I honestly think I would have resigned. Right there. It's just, it's so inevitable. You just cannot stop this. But red also never wants to go below 150 vills. Red's like, why? And truthfully, this is the safest way for red to play. Like, if this was $1 million game, this is precisely how you should play it. I just want to make that clear. Except for add some siege rams. But even still, even without siege rams, like, you will always have access to wood. They will never have access to wood. They eventually will have less gold than you, and you can just grind them down. And you always have resources floating. So there was no risk involved with how red is playing this. It's just that, like, you know, maybe going to 140 vills or 130 vills, that could be seen as still very non-risk as well. There's just too many castles to push, guys. We've talked about it already. It took blue so long to get enough for a treb. Let's see if blue makes a treb now. Has the resources for one. Red just takes the fight. Red, that is a fight you never want to take. Red said, whatever, and watches pop. Whoop, 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 whoop. It's gonna go to 200 pop. Don't tell the sound mod guy that I just made those noises. And boom! Hussars immediately go that way. Whoop, whoop, whoop. If he's gonna clip me, I want to get a more accurate noise. Whoop, whoop, whoop. That's fine. It's like ooh up. Oh yeah. Okay. Palisade walls from blue. Precious, precious lumberjacks are gonna go down. Hey, another stable from red. Is that new? I think that's new. Red obviously knows the other wood line's gonna be over here. And red has a ton of vision on things. Red back up to 200 population. Blue refuses to resign. So I hope you like long games. It has still been an awesome one. Blue's still looking at the pop. Like, my threshold is 110 pop. If I go below 110 pop, I normally resign. That's like the normal threshold for most high-level players. However, there's an extra level to that here, and it's understanding you have, like, no win condition because you don't have relics and because you're just going to be raided all the time. Now, sometimes what'll go on in your mind is like, dude, I'm dead, kill me. Like, you get frustrated because you're like, I'm clearly losing to a worse player because I would have finished the game from his position already. Red's kind of like, in some ways, playing with his food, so blue's like, well, I'm not going to resign until he actually kills me. There's a bit of a stubbornness to it, which I suppose is understandable considering red still doesn't want to add siege rams. So I think I only see these games at around 2k plus elo. Yeah. But you mean where you like gets to post-imp and you fighting for position and moving all around? Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure it happens at other elos, but again, red is just denying woodlines. It's always doing. You can't make halbs, you can't make cav archers if you don't have wood. And red now has an outpost there, so red is going to see that there's wood there, and then all red needs is the gather point on the however many stables that is. And all the new army's going to collect there, and they'll just go in and raid the woodlines. Blue's castle here, 46 kills. This castle, 57 kills. Red's castle here is 153 kills. Both players are over 1,000 kills in this game. Blue's still with the KD. The KD lead. Seriously, though, I really wish red... I mean, red shouldn't. But just for our entertainment, it'd be really cool to see red make more stables. So we could see how high that Q could get. Because 211 Hussars queued is already pretty wild. But it could easily get up to like 400. Red's got 30,000 resources. Almost. In the bank. Blue's got less than 1,000. Again. This game has to end at some point. We've got to be getting close. Will Blue finally call it? 130 population. This could be the moment. Simply cannot afford to replenish more the cav archer numbers. Even the Kip check fight here, even though the heavy cav archer is a little better, it's still going to get some kills. And Blue says, I need to micro then, because I need to keep these things alive, because I'm that big of a nerd, and I hope T90's viewers will appreciate it. Red sends more Hussars in over here. 128 pop now, as we see Arson for red. Kind of a funny tech to research. I don't know. I'm a little worried about red now. He actually only has 193 Hussars. Oh, never mind. He's got 200 plus in Q again. Yeah, at a certain stage, Blue would have definitely thought I'm winning because of the score. But in post-imp, the score is not really a factor that you should pay huge attention to. It can be an indicator of like who's coming back in games at times, though, I guess. Yeah, it just doesn't really tell the full tale here, I guess. Could use siege rams, but pros never research murder holds, so Hussars are going to town. Let's go. That'd be faster. They're just running underneath the castle all game. Yep, peels off some Hussars here to go into the southern corner as well. He's going to get Hussars there to that wood line, most likely. More Hussars on the way. 18 cav archers have 117 kills. And there goes Blue, desperate for wood. Yep, villagers going down. Oh, come on, red. Blue's population is going up. How? He refuses to quit. Red's new strategy is just use the Hussars against the castle. Hey, he's making trebs. Yes, he's making trebs. Wow. I can't wait to see total amount of villagers for Blue in this game. That's going to be wild. He lost 350 villagers. He's always been making vills. He has 30 vills in queue. Crazy. He's done a phenomenal job keeping his eco somewhat balanced. This is dumb and also awesome. Well, that is like... That is kind of what I want High Elo Legends to be. Again, it's like ridiculous games of like high-level players that you may or may not know that might not get the limelight, and particularly games that could be seen as a bit crazier. And again, red is making trebs, so red will be able to Hussar raid and then go for trebs for the castle. But just ridiculous match that we've seen here. That's going to be the end for the cav archers, though. Finally. They'll go down fighting, though. Was stone just purchased by red, I wonder? To repair a castle, maybe? It's not being spent. I also don't know if I've ever seen someone consistently have so much gold in the bank in post-imp. Now, Varus, this could turn into a game of the week situation, but this is currently live. These villagers have gone home for some reason, and they're gonna die now. All right. Blue's gonna see this wood and be like, yes, I can go on for another hour. But the halbs are now out of position. Every time I say blue can't bring it back, he brings it back, but I'll say it again. Blue can't bring it back. God, how epic is it, though? If he were to resign now, he's 8K score behind, or I guess 7K. It's wild. Red, where are your trebs? Okay. Right there. This might be the first time red passes blue in army. Red lost a couple villagers and just has to get back up to 150 again. Just has to. Hello, Halbs. Do you counter me? Oh, that's funny. No, you don't. No, you don't. I don't care about your freaking bonus damage. All right. Hey, there's trebs. Are they protected? No, not really. No, we don't need to protect our trebs because we have more gold. Okay. All right, so that castle's not going to go down to that. Hussar's just attacking a lonely mill over here where there's no villagers. Blue barely has population. Blue takes out the trebs. All right. Red now is going to take out the stables from blue. Guys, I really got to pack for my trip to Germany. Really got to pack. I just looked at the time. This game went way longer than I expected. I wanted to be off at 4 p.m. my time. Not that this game went on that long, but how long has this game actually been? Over an hour now. Well, thank you to everyone who's watched on YouTube. If you made it this long, thank you for sticking around. I'm curious if Blue will reach 2,000 kills at this point. I'm curious if Blue will have to be defeated at this point. Oh, painful! Oh, protect the treb! You don't have the gold to waste. Protect the treb! What destroyed? Did he... Alright, the treb is just a distraction. We use the hussars for castles now. Of course. What should I have expected? Alright, there we go. Honestly, had he done this 3 hours ago, the castle would have been done already. This is the way to do it. Here we go. Don't need rams, don't need trebs. It's down below 2,000 HP. And now you just go over to this castle now? Is that the plan? How does Blue have 100 villagers still? What in the world? He's got 40 farmers? Jeez. All right, Red, back to the castle. Chop, chop. Chop, chop. You can do it. Also, Red, if this were to become a wood game, Red still has this wood line in the back. And he's been chopping the, kind of exposed wood, which is really smart thinking. I don't even know. I assume he knows about that because I think he's scouted the whole map. Yeah. All right, next wave of hussars. Blue ran to the other side because Red's just been dancing back and forth. No, go for the castle, bro. Go for the castle. Red, kill the castle, man. Red, this is about you winning the Age of Empires game, not about me slowly descending into madness. Please take out the castle. Okay, Blue just crossed 2,000 kills. Red, are you trolling me? Come on, make hussars. You know what? I'm a Blue fan now. Yo, Virus, I'm sorry I called you a virgin earlier. That's fine if you are. No judgment. Just please win this game. Because you're going to... Blue has a better chance of winning this game than Red does, honestly. The way this is going. Come on. Let's go. Someone in chat says, mate, you're going to be disappointed in how long this game goes. I didn't even want to play it. Oh my god. Are you Virus Pulse? No spoilers? Are you here right now? So the game eventually ends? Oh, man. Blue's at 180 pop. Well, come on. I am. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. If you're telling me I'm disappointed now, I can only imagine. Oh, God. He's bought stone. No. He's bought stone. He can repair this. Oh. I heard you were casting my pleb ass. Well, you play very well. I would not consider you a pleb. However, if there is one area you need improvement on, it is understanding if you have a win condition. Now, that is not to say that you are not a fighter, and I appreciate that. But at the same time, do yourself and anyone who may have so unfortunately stumbled upon your game a favor. And no, I can't even say resigned because your population's been insane. Like, you went below 150 pop one time. And if Red would have added Seadram at any point, or protected trebuchets, Red could do this. Red does not want to win this game. My win condition was to drain him of wood over the course of the next 9 hours. Dear God, don't tell me any more, because it will be a spoiler. But you have to be, I hope you're exaggerating with the 9 figure, because if you're not, this is going to be rough. What a great game, though. It's been an awesome game. Can Red do it? Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Take out the castle. Take out the castle. Go, 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 go. It's still the 700. Go, baby, go. Let's go. 500. Can I get a 400? Can I get a 300? And a 2. And a 1. Please, please. I need it. Yes! I was half expecting Red to just run back there for some reason. Okay. Woo! 1 down, 2 to go. There's a lot of villagers standing around with no jobs right now in Red's economy. Or Blue's economy. That is, I mean, it is Red's economy. Red owns Blue, but, like, he doesn't want to make that clear at the moment, so we'll call it Blue's economy. Okay, all the idols are being clicked over to wood right now. By the way, Blue is a higher population. Just, you know, just to make that clear. He is a higher population. And Red is adding more vills. Bro. Stop adding more vills. I don't even know. How did he go down? Did he lose vills or did he delete some? Please don't. Well, the bright side is that the Hussars will produce way faster than the vills. So Red's population will go very high. Why is he floating 7k gold? Well, he doesn't want to make paladins against halbs. He'd prefer to make hussars. Oh, my boy Scotty let you know. Nice. Well, in Dark Age, I didn't want to say the last part of Red's name because there might be people with children watching, and that's the only way I know how to pronounce it. And so as I was being, you know, particular about how I pronounce that, I called you Virgin Pulse for the first 15 minutes. Sorry about that. I didn't realize. So now I can publicly apologize to you for that. That said, finally things start to fall apart for Blue. Blue is now no longer has the population lead. And Red, who has an absolute obsession with destroying town centers and castles with hussars, is going to love to see this. And the halbs are going to go down. And yet again, I'll state that Blue is dead. Has to be dead, right? Surely he's dead. TC will go down. How do you have 72 on food? How? It's truly insane. 72 on food with all of this. How do you even have the wood? I guess this is the wood. Okay, couple hussars getting back here. Red will clear that up with hussars, obviously. Oh, guys, I just thought of a stat, and I'm so excited. The capture age stat of most created unit. What number do you think it's going to be for Red? This might be the most... We might see the most hussars in one particular game, truthfully. 2-hour mark doesn't happen every day. Usually, people rely on other units to get kills. Usually, you're not fighting up against only Hal. Has he made over 2,000 hussars? I think he might have, because it's 2,400 kills. It has to be over 2,000. At least. Crazy. Yeah, it has to be over 2,000. So let's bump that number up a little bit. Those are rookie numbers. Imagine being these villagers and being brought into this town. This guy's like trying to get into the hot tub, and then he realizes that there's hussars there. All right. Well, I'm never casting sub 2k elo again. This includes Low Elo Legends. These guys have killed that for me. Because I know that a big reason to do it is because you never know what's going to happen, but that normally had more positive meaning. Red is now going to switch focus, so he's going to leave the TC there for the time being. All right. So blue, let's talk blue wood lines. Blue's got this, which is now getting raided. Blue's got this, which could get raided again shortly. Yeah, I really want red to make more stables. There's no reason for red to really do it because the production is so fast out of the 15 or whatever stables that are out, but I think that would be epic. Okay, blue's about to dip below 100 villagers again. If this game is over, why not just fast forward? Well, because that ruins my immersion. And yes, I know what you're thinking. Why complain and also not do the thing that'll help you have more time? Because I'm dedicated. That dedicated, sick, you know, one or the other. Oh my god, the town bell has been rung. Oh yes, High Elo Legends at its finest. The town bell has been rung. Oh, because that's what this game needed. That's true. Red is saving the wood for the long game. That's why he doesn't want to make more stables. It's true. Actually, the truth is, I forgot that I could have just sped it up because I was so focused. I'm tempted to slightly double the speed. Thoughts, live viewers? It's gotten to the point, like, Blue's making more vills, but he's sending them to farms that, you know, where unfortunately people died. That's how he's getting more farms up. He is placing a few more. But no, I mean, this is still over, surely. TC's gonna go down. 8k gold for red? I'm not rewinding. Don't. No, and I'm not going half speed. I could go 8 times, but I could go 2 times is my point. Okay, red's just gonna casually come over here and take this wood. Red's gonna take another fight. Blue is like 60 halbs. Please don't miss your plane. Well, it's not tonight. I would not have. I would not be so relaxed. I can get things done tonight. And if I don't get a lot of sleep tonight, then I just fall asleep on the plane, hopefully. Oh, hussars are in. Guys, there's this really weird, uncontrollable bug that's just taking control of my game, and I can't... What are you doing, game? Oh my god! I complain to the devs all the time about this freaking game. They still can't fix it. I'm so sorry. Man, it really bothers me how inconsistent the dev team is, and if they don't fix this, I'm gonna have a bone to pick with them. But I guess we just gotta deal with it. I guess we're stuck. So, you know, Blue's population's down to 100 now. This game is all of a sudden moving very fast, and this should be the point where the game ends. Red sees that castle. The town bell's been rung. Red sees the TC. Red sees everything. Is Red gonna fight? Nah, Red's on vacation with these hussars. All right, leave some hussars behind to die. The other hussars go to raid. Checking corners where there haven't been resources for over an hour, because that's nice. Very thorough job, Red. Very thorough job. Now, I'm guessing at this point, Blue has already known that we've been watching for a while because Scotty messaged him. Scotty's a USA player. So is Virus. So Virus probably felt some pressure this whole time to somehow bring it back. But now, I mean, say what you want about how long it took Red to get here. But Virus probably should have considered hitting the resign button. Selling wood. Bought wood. Oh, excuse me. Okay. More halbs. Gotcha. All right. More villagers going down to hussars. These hussars have been forgotten about. More hussars running into halbs. Got it. Almost 3,000 kills for blue. Blue will cross the 3,000 kill mark now. Holy. All right. More hussars moving around. Also, there is a relic there. There's still gold! I guess Red doesn't need that. Oh my god. Alert, alert. Red only has 50 hussars in queue. Yikes. Castle kills, only 107. This castle, only 201. Watch Red's, like, internet have disconnected. So he just, like, can't play the game for a while. Wait, you need more defensive castles? You need more defensive... Are you kidding me? Bro! I can't believe this. You have the opponent with no wood. And you use your gold to buy more defensive castles against a guy who's stuck in the middle of the map. Come on, man. All right. They both probably knew they started casting this or something. I refuse to believe that this is normal. I refuse. Also, Red has now stopped making hussars and has more vills in queue. Okay, I think they both knew, but they didn't know the other one knew that they knew about them knowing. And Blue says, I'm guessing you have about 10k gold by now. And Red says no, which is true. I think Red is like, he knows Blue is dead, and knows Blue knows that Nose is dead, and is kind of like showing Red, I'm okay with waiting this out. Have fun staying in this game if you want to. Okay, hold on. That bug is just getting so much worse. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so he knows that Blue can't win. And Blue has, truly been dead for a very long time. And Red's making only hussars was kind of a sign for a very long time that, hey, this is over. So he's just going to sit back now. And he's going to go to 200 vills, and he's going to do nothing. By the way, Red, if you're ever going to do this, have some class and make a wonder. Seriously. I mean, I don't want to be too judgy here. You clearly know how to do some things like make hussars, but think of the wonders. Red says, my wood, and then Blue says, nah, I want it. Okay, so these guys are just getting warmed up. They're having fun. And that castle got denied by Red, who now has 20 or so fill. Okay, so this is why the game went on forever. And now Blue's going to kill Red's villagers. Of all the games, guys. Of all the games. Oh, you guys played so good, man. I am curious, though, because I don't know who Red is. I am very curious on if Red... Like, if they played each other before, if Red is known as someone else or whatever. If I had to guess, I would say Red is just kind of trolling Blue because Blue didn't want to call it, and Blue probably is now surprising Red. I think Red just had an oh crap moment. Am I actually going to lose this game? Like, right there. And now all the hussars come out. And now he's going to add fishing ships to take out. And getting gill nets for the... Yeah, you want to fish that more efficiently, don't you? Okay. All right. Blue's at 100 pop. Okay, we now see sappers. We see heated shot. Red's hussars went into the back of his base. They're not going to run forward. There's 64 hussars with 205 in queue. Game happy GG. And Blue says indeed GG. And the game ends. No! We couldn't even get to 3,000. We couldn't even get to 3,000. Can you imagine how perfect it would have been? Blue, why'd you resign? Are you serious, bro? Why would you resign? Missed opportunity. Oh, what a game. I mean, jokes were made. Obviously, these guys drug it out a very long time. But from the early game to the mid game, everything. Wait, Red resigned? What? This is so bad in so many levels. Because you know the joke that I make? Like, oh, so-and-so's dead. They're just waiting for the opponent to misclick or resign. So-and-so's dead. They're just waiting for the internet to disconnect for the enemy. Now, every 600 Elo legend out there is going to be like, well, actually, maybe if I just wait another 2 hours, the guy will get really bored and then leave. And get my points. Guys, this was a live game. This wasn't scheduled. I just joined it. It turned into this. This is insane. I'm broken. Okay, I'm broken. It was still a great game. I'm like very angry and yet impressed with these players at the same time. Conflicting emotions. And I'll leave it at that. Congratulations, Virus Pulse, for your victory. What'd you get? Like 8 points? 7? Someone averaged that out per hour. Okay, so 3,363 kills from Virus Pulse. Red, 0.66 KD. Not so good with the Hussars. Again, almost 3,000 Hussars. Didn't quite get there. Red collected 441,000 resources in this game. Collected way more wood, way more food, and certainly way more gold. And also more stone in this game. Total villager count. Throughout the whole game, where is that stat? 660 total villagers for blue in that game. Now, I know the last, 30 minutes was awkward, but a large portion of that was, big fighting from blue. And obviously, red struggled to maybe finish it. But that's impressive, man. 660 villagers in one game. His population in both military and eco was insanely balanced. And then here's red. Now, let me just take a couple stabs at what I think happened throughout this game with APM, okay? Hussar Q. Hussar Q. Maybe Hussar Q. And then maybe queuing up more villagers when the population was already 150. Hussar Q? And I'm going to just go out on a limb and say Hussar Q for these. Maybe, though. I'm not too sure. Wow, what a great game. Moritz says, what do you think about a change in the defeat rules of the game? Meaning, for example, game is over as soon as one player has 10 times the population. I think that would be unnecessary if people that have talents and 10,000 resources choose to use their resources. It is something that can happen in Age of Empires 2 from time to time. People can drag it out, but if Red wanted to finish this game an hour ago, could have happened. Didn't happen. It was still a wonderful game leading up to that. I thought Red played very well from Feudal Age onwards. This should be an anomaly. This shouldn't happen consistently. If it happens consistently, then we can talk. Anyways, to everyone who watched this game, stuck with the game, and did everything but play the game, I thank you. I did genuinely have a good time. Despite the struggles near the tail end. And I'm continually impressed with, the 1900 2K guys. I think, the issues those players tend to have is certainly not post-imp. I think it's more, certain transitions and decisions in, feudal, castle, just small little things that add up. The main thing I would say for blue, and I'm not, there was a point where I was going to go back and I was going to talk about it and drill it home, but it almost feels like a full day ago now. The only thing that I'll say is I like the second TC. Would have loved to see some actual pressure on red. The worst thing you can do is Cuman's add farms behind castles. When you're in Castle Age faster, I would have loved to see the forward siege workshop, siege cav archers pressuring those town centers and forcing red to make military. puts red into a position where the castles can't be so defensive, the farms can't be placed so easily in the back. Just feel like it made red's life easier for blue to just react the whole time. So again, if Cumin's boom against you, go with some siege with the cav archers, and I think the game will go on a little bit better for you. Also, I guess Tarkin's was kind of a misplay at the time. I think earlier Halb with cav archers and trebs could have made more sense when there was still gold in the field. Wow, great game. So I think this is an interesting little conversation. So I don't know, how many games does Red have? Does this let me do it? Red has like 200 games in this account. So check this out, a little bit more context in these players. So indeed GG. I dead. You definitely alive. You not wood? I have 29 wood. Wood rich. Yes. GG, I go sleep. GG, good night. You Voobly go? So this is Red saying, did you play on Voobly? So prior to DE, all the high-level players played on a platform called Voobly. I Voobly sometimes, not lately. Me too, but long ago. I Smuffs, which I think is I Smurfs. High rate you, so that's saying, like, I'm higher rated than where I'm at. That said, he has 140 wins and 80 losses, so, like, he could achieve that, but... you know, anyways. Virgin... not Virgin. Virus says, that's the most food I've collected. Wow, 315. Yes. High rate 2100, but don't play like it now. Yes, and you. What's your Voobly name? Ah, Armistead. I remember that from Voobly. Okay, so Blue's like, I used to play 2K1. Red's like, me 2K1. And then VNS Chip. Yo, I remember VNS Chip too. All right, so it's all come back. So basically, I know these guys from back in the day. Very nice. Voobly, me 2K3. It is super late for you. 2K3 makes me feel better. You'll be back up 2K1 soon here, I think. Yes, GG, good night. GG, man, good night. I go to sleep now. Hope to see you around. Good night, man. Yes, add friends, sure. They're friends after this, which I'm normally really happy about. But, like, also at the same time, you had 2 hours and 30 minutes to talk. And you're both clearly good enough to have maybe understood that the game was over. But it's fine. Love you guys. Love you guys. Thanks for the game. Thanks for the entertainment. It was a good time. Making me very happy. A little bit of trolling has never hurt anybody. I'm going to go cry now.